Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What's on the Menu. I'm your host this evening. My name is Jay Levesque. All right. As you can see, we're missing a couple people. My man Trey Ocho, he's on vacation with Lady G. Cheryl got the flu bug, but you know what? The show must go on. Okay? The show must go on. But we got Pastor Wall. All right, we got Miss Renee in the studio with us, and we got two lovely guests in the studio with us. We have Mr. Justin and Sammy, the creative genius. Say what's up to the people, folks.
Hey.
Folks, hello.
He got that cool, smooth voice. I like that. Okay. Here we go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is a pretty interesting one, you know, and I got to be honest, all right? This the title is "My Love is Totally Confused by America." All right, and I came up with that because, I fell in love. I fell in love hard. Okay, and I'm not even gonna say it's like love, but I just don't know what it is, you know. And before I went through this whole process, right? This whole process of I went through like a little breakup. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna speak my truth.
Yeah,
you know, I went through like a little breakup, you know, with my previous relationship, and it was hurting. I was hurting, you know. So I had to find different ways to just heal myself. I didn't just want to jump into something, you know, and having that emotional baggage and coming in there, and you know, so I just wanted to take a break from everything. So I've been meditating. You know, I've been in the sun, you know, drinking water, you know what I mean? Getting right, you know what I mean? Getting right within, you know, and I just loving on me, you know, just really like loving on me, focusing on me. And it just so happened I met this real fly girl. I mean, she was just beautiful, you know, and she was just feeling, we just vibe, you know. Y'all ever had that vibe, like, I'm vibing with this girl, like on a whole different level, you know.
Really gotta try. It just happens, just flow.
It just flow. And but the thing is, I did the previous work within me, you know. So I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this topic. You know, my love is totally confused by America, because I feel like in America sometimes people fall in love, they get married, they do all these different things, and then boom, it's divorce. You know, like, we don't want divorce. We want to stay together. We want to be together. So my question is, do you guys believe in true love, or do you think they selling you a dream in the States of America? Go ahead. Speaking to the mic.
So from my own experience, I believed in true love. I felt like I fell in love many times, and then I hated love many times. So then I didn't believe in it. But then when you be like, I'm just gonna focus on myself, and I'm just gonna never be in a relationship, just focus on me and my kids, and then something happens by accident, and it makes you believe all over again, and it's different. So that's how it is with Justin. It's totally different than anything I've ever experienced in my life. Love with it, like with my parents, like I've never felt this kind of love. So,
man, you know what? Y'all look good together. I was gonna say that.
Y'all
a beautiful couple.
I agree.
Thank
You know?
Thank you. We say it all the time.
Yeah, y'all look good together.
We say it all the time.
Yo, Justin, what do you think it is, man? From a male's perspective.
True love, whether they're selling me a dream in America. I feel like if you're open, like, to touch on what you just referenced, like getting in tune with yourself, and touch with yourself, it allows you to open up and become, you know, be able to absorb someone else's love and someone else's feelings, and also be open enough to express your own. True. Like, I've never been able to share myself with somebody like I can with her. Like, it's really like opening up a new pocket in me that I didn't even know was there, you know. It's incredible. It's an incredible feeling.
Yo, do you think male, like, we have that problem expressing our love?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's I don't know what it is. I think it's a lot of ego, and there's a lot of social aspects that are involved. People looking at you like, damn, you such and such.
And then
You
the
all in
music
love
is
like that?
the music as well too. The hip hop music, today's
Right.
culture, they don't really promote that. All
No,
it
they
is,
don't. We talk about all the time.
all it is promoting like negativity towards women.
We was
You got-
listening to Luther on our way here.
Yeah.
Like, damn, where's this? Where's this? Like, what happened?
Yeah, what happened to it? You know what I mean? It's like you gotta have like 2, 3. You gotta have a main chick, a mistress, a side joint,
And that's
them-
acceptable now.
it's acceptable. And it's costly too.
Yeah,
Okay, it's costly. It's costly.
First
you
of all,
know?
I can't do this because it costs too much. First of all.
So you know,
It's funny.
so like, do you guys believe like men and women have like in a relationship? Do you
Right.
guys believe like men and women have specific roles in their relationship? What do y'all think?
I definitely grew up raised that way. My mother's Cape Verdean. She was born there, came here as a teenager. She raised us that women are supposed to cook and clean, and she stayed home. You know, she cooked, she cleaned, took care of my father, took care of the kids. My father did his dirt, and she accepted it all, and that's how I was raised. And then I'm expected to work now and like be a mom and take care of my man and take care of the house. So I'm like, I had to prioritize what I want to go back to school. I want to work. I need to work. I don't even want to work, but I need to work. I got to take care of my kids, and I was a single mom. So I'm like, all them rules and things that I grew up with, it was hard to like, it still is kind of hard to like push it aside and be like, I can't,
It's a
that's not
forever
my life no
process.
more.
Yeah.
That's not how America is anymore. You can't do that and be successful and just
I think, honestly, I think like in today's society, women has like such a tough job because they gotta be beautiful, they gotta be freaky, they gotta know how to cook, they gotta be a mother, they gotta be so much, you know. But and then also some of them they gotta provide. You know what I mean? I asked that question because I feel like a lot of times women have taken on like this masculine persona. You know what I'm saying? And studies are showing like women are dying at like a younger age nowadays.
It's interesting.
You know
that
what I mean?
the two can parallel each other like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Real
Man.
interesting.
Yo, because it's like I feel like they're taking on more than they're supposed to. You know what I
Justin
mean?
was just telling me today, it's annoying, or I forget how you phrased it, that I'm too independent.
Right. Sometimes, yeah. But like
And
sometimes
he-
like, baby, I got it.
it,
But
you got
I got all the bags. He's like,
Right.
you got the keys.
Like
He's
you,
like, for real.
you really
I'm like,
carrying all that, and I'm just standing right here. And I know it's from she shares so much of her past with me, so I can kind of like understand where she's coming from. Like when those experiences do come up. So, but I like to let her know that I'm here. You know, I got you.
Yesterday
Always.
we went shopping, and I said thank you to him like 100 times.
Right.
I said, I'm gonna keep saying thank you.
Right. I was like,
Like,
you know, you said
well,
that to me a few times, right?
No one ever buys me stuff. I'm
Right.
the one buying everything. So it's
And that's
like,
a beautiful feeling to be able to be the one to share that with her too. Absolutely.
That's dope. I like that. Yo, Pastor Wall, what do you think? I'm sorry. Like, what do you think? Do you think like men and women have specific roles in the relationship?
Biblically, they do have a specific role,
Yeah.
and they've come together for a reason. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. I've been married for 32 years. Not to say that that I'm perfect or Karen's perfect, but we're still, after 32 years, learning each other.
Forever process.
And the other thing is that a person can go through a transition and change in their lives, and the other person could be standing still. And you just have to keep trying to find ways to shift and adjust to each other for the rest of your journey.
So Samantha, what is your ideal role in a relationship, and what would you want your partner's role in a relationship to be, if there's any?
So I kind of like the dynamic that we have built. Like, we're still learning. We're really
Still
new
building.
still.
Yeah.
And but we've built so much together, but most of it's off of like my passions, and he's just super supportive. So that's really important to me.
Absolutely.
So I feel like I have such a boss personality that I feel like I like that role, like to be the boss, but I like to be checked sometimes. I I might fight it a little bit.
Yep.
And be a
Little
little. But I like a manly man to like
Yep.
put his foot down and take care of the house and
Absolutely.
help me make decisions.
So are you saying that ladies pretend that they want to be in the lead, but they really don't want to be in the
Careful,
lead?
Mm.
Huh? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
Huh?
not
What you
saying we
saying?
pretend. We are in the lead most of the time.
Yep.
But we definitely like somebody to let us be in the lead, but be stronger.
Got it.
To sit back and let us take care of it a little bit, you know, but can overpower if it needs to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for a man,
Right.
I feel like that's like a like you gotta you gotta finesse that in a way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Sometimes you
finesse a way you gotta finesse, because like sometimes it's just you don't wanna like be too kind of like aggressive with it, because you kind of want her to make that lead, but then also you don't want her to feel like, yo, why ain't you at it? Where you at? You know? Well, what's your point? What's your point on that? Do you think like we have ideal roles in a relationship, and what do you think your role in a relationship would be?
I feel like in a relationship between two people, in terms of roles,
Yep.
I'm a strong believer in balance.
Yep.
And staying even, not too high, not too low, just coming together,
Yep.
allowing the other person. We're fairly new. We're still learning, like she said. We're still adjusting to each other. It's a forever process, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of roles, I think there should be balance. You should be able to talk. One person should be able to go left, the other person should be able to go right. But you should also be able to meet in the middle at the same time, you know?
Absolutely.
So in terms of specific roles, I feel like a man should help provide, not just a sole provider, because
Absolutely.
you know, women are strong, very capable as well. And when both can do that, I think it just makes for a better household, you know?
Absolutely. We don't, because they don't want no bum bums, right?
Nah, not at all.
You can't be a bum bum.
It's too hard out here for that.
Right? You cannot be a bum bum.
Too much
because
opportunity out here too.
absolutely, you know. So I met this young lady that I met, right? She's Canadian, you know what I mean, like Indian, beautiful girl. I don't want to say her name because she's watching. But yo, she like her folks do like arranged marriages. She come from a culture of like arranged marriages. And she don't want to do that. You know what I mean? She's like, yo, I want to do my own thing. I have my own flavor of men that I like. And it dawned on me that like how come do you guys believe in arranged marriages? Or do you think like your parents or your, you know, people who maybe your guardian, whoever it is that you trust in, you think like they could hook you up with somebody that could, you know, that you could trust and that you could spend the rest of your life with? What do you think?
I think it would be absolutely terrible. I know my family, like my grandmother was, and her marriage was arranged. She was 14, and her arranged husband was an American, and he was in his 70s. And they sold her for money for whatever reason, for the family to get money. But by the time he was supposed to come back and get her, he died.
Wow.
And she was pregnant with his child.
Wow.
So my family's familiar with that, and I think after that it's never even happened ever again. But I think on a financial like point of view, I think it would be like financially great, you know, but you'll be miserable because I know your family's gonna pick somebody who's rich or who will balance you financially, whose family has many children or whatever is what they see as ideal.
Absolutely.
But I don't feel like, I mean, it could work out, but most likely not.
What do you think? What do you think, Just Blaze? Can I call you Just Blaze?
Yeah, you can do that with it. My boy actually calls me that. That's funny that you said that.
What do you think? You believe in arranged marriages?
Nah, I can't. I'm particular. I like to, you know, be in touch. I like to see you, feel you out, hear you, like be in certain experiences with you to know how I'm gonna react, how I'm gonna approach you. I can't have somebody arranged that I've never seen before just pop up like I'm your wife.
Absolutely.
Like, nah.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you're tuning in, all right, make sure you tune in. You call us at 617-282-0685. All right, if you're driving in your car, tune in to WBPG LP 102.9 FM radio. All right, if you're on the web, www.bostonpraiseradio.tv. Okay, call in, folks. Call in. I want to hear from you. All right, what it is that you have going on. Okay, what's your thought on this? Okay, we got one more question, and then we're going to actually go into some of our sponsorship that we have right now. Now, this is a pretty, interesting question, and I was having this with a friend of mine's, and I asked her, how often should a couple in a healthy relationship be having sex, be having intercourse? Like, how often should that be? Go ahead. What do you think?
Well,
Wow.
Should it be every day, every other day?
Definitely should be every day.
Definitely, she said. Absolutely.
I don't know how many times a day.
You're giving away too many secrets, man. You gotta chill.
It's getting hot here. You see me sweating. You see I'm sweating here in the studio.
Away them secrets.
Okay. So because I asked that question because she was telling me that like one of the way that she kind of used to punish her man is like she used to withhold sex in a relationship if she was upset with her significant other. And I was like, why would you do that? That should be a part of the contract. Why would you even do that?
Right.
So what do you think? Do you think like it's
terrible.
right? Go ahead.
That's terrible. And he's laughing because he just did this to me the other day. I almost killed him.
Oh, that's funny.
No.
It's no, I don't think it's terrible because I just did it, obviously. So, but it's on call. Whenever it's needed, it's there.
But
I was just messing with it.
It's always like the women, though. It's like the women hold the key, but Justin just switched it on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? I hold the key too.
Don't fuck curveball.
I hold the key too. Mm-hmm. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into our sponsorship. Okay. So here we are with our sponsors. We have Mr. Leo Papil, entrepreneur out of Boston, Massachusetts. Karan Zahidi of Urbanica. And we have some anonymous donors. George Kramer, entrepreneur out of Boston, Massachusetts. Eddie Jenkins out of Eddie Jenkins Law. Mr. Terrell Calloway, Calloway Graphics. Ember Greenidge out of Sweet Embers Bakery. And Better Belly. We have The Shop. We have Apon Nichols out of Apon Concept Productions out of Miami, Florida. And we have Jamie Lewis, all right, out of J. Rockwell Productions. That's right, folks. Tune in. Hey, listen, don't forget, call us. 617-282-0685. All right. Now, this is something that's kind of like been a issue, in a lot of marriages or in a lot of relationships. And the ladies, I want to know, right? And Sam, or do you think, should a man have a mistress or a side chick? What do you think about that? Like, should he have it? Because in some countries it's legal. Okay, some countries it's legal. But what do you think about that?
It's a no for me, dog.
Nice and easy, right? Short and sweet.
So do you? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, this is actually a question for you. I'm gonna let you tackle that. Go ahead.
No,
Finish.
I don't.
Why is that? How come?
I feel like I'm selfish. No, this is me. This is all me. Plus, there's too many things floating around in today's society, and like STIs, STDs. Not even just that. Like, there's emotional stuff. Breaking up, the people going crazy, the other people going crazy, and it's just too much. And I just no.
So what about from a guy's perspective? Do you think it's okay for a woman to have like a side dude or like a
Negative.
Huh.
I'm a big believer in energy,
yeah?
and you mixing and mingling with other energies, and that's gonna break up the energy you have, your circle you created with you and your partner.
That's a deep one right there. I like that.
It's
That's
gonna throw a crack right through that circle,
yeah.
and you're gonna be wondering. It may appear as something else. It may appear as you two. You wonder why. Damn, why is baby's energy off today? It comes back to find you.
You're right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, that's a no for me as well.
Okay. Hey, listen. I don't believe it as well too. Okay, it depends. You know what I mean? Whatever floats your boat. You know. If you want to have a little something on the side, you gotta understand it comes with a little price. You know. But I also believe in honesty as well too. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do that, then you gotta be at least honest with your significant other
That's
and
what I
let
was
them
about
know.
to
Have
get
an
to.
open relationship.
All right,
Yeah,
and
that's what I was about to
this
get
is
to.
how I'm rocking out. What
Yep.
you was gonna say?
I was gonna say the same thing. If you are going to do that, you also can't get upset if your partner goes to do, have her experience or whatever.
Yeah.
It got to work both ways.
Absolutely. We have some questions from across the country. We have Miss Nicole out of
Wow.
Moreno Valley, California, and she
Shout it
asked, "Do you think once you love somebody, this is for the couple. Anybody you guys can answer this." She says, "Do you think once you love someone, you will always love them, or do you think love can fade away with time?" Oh, I like that question with Nicole.
Too.
I like that question too. But so, like I said before, I felt like I was in love a few times, and you couldn't tell me no different when I was in it. But today, heck no. You know, I'm not. I don't even like them. Well, it could be also the experiences that I've had with them that made me feel like this is the negative experiences, that this is not real what love is. You know. But I do feel like you can love somebody on different levels. Like right now we're deep in love. Like say in the future, this is never gonna happen, but say we're not together, but we're friends, I feel like I can still love him but not be in love with him and love somebody else.
Y'all got this Love Jones thing going on. Like I feel like you just be spitting out poetry.
You know what I'm saying?
You got this Love Jones
Yeah,
thing
do.
going. What do you think, Judge? Like,
I think it can fade away. There's different types of love to me. Romantic love, which I kind of feel like we're in now, like a strong emotions, energy going, running. We looking at each other, bubbly eye, whatever. That can fade away. That can absolutely fade away, and you can move on and be able to love somebody else. But as she said, if we weren't together in the future per se, I could still wish the best for her. I could still think about her, wish the best for her. Hope she does well. The kids are well, everything.
That's a good man.
Absolutely.
That's a good guy. I'd have been like, man, forget her. Okay, forget her.
And I have done that before too as well, but that taught me.
Yeah,
You know?
you're right. You're right. You're absolutely correct. You know, so there's this book called like The 5 Love Language. You guys
I
ever
read that book.
No, I haven't.
Nah, you know, you
read
got
it.
it's
Yeah, I know.
Dave Chapman. Yo, Pastor Wall, you ever heard of The 5 Love Language? So I started reading that, and I started understanding, like, you know, there is like we all have like love languages. You know what I mean? I think one of them is like gifts, acts of services. I forgot physical touch. What else? There's another one that's like words of affirmation. So I did the quiz. You could actually go online. You could actually go online and you do the quiz and you find out what your love language is. So I find out my love language is words of affirmation. All right, I like to be told like I look good, I smell good, I'm doing a great job. Okay, and I like physical touch. All right, so those are my words of affirmation. I mean, those are my love languages. So I think a lot of times, you know, couples have, you know, that jump into a relationship haven't really figured out how their partner or their significant other, how to fuel their love language, you know, and we're thinking like, especially from a male's perspective, we're thinking like we're loving our significant other, but we're not fueling that love language. You know what I'm saying? We're not like adding fuel towards whatever her love language is, you know, and
Interesting.
I was just, and then it talks about like the first 2 years in a relationship, depending on the relationship, that those are like the honeymoon phases.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, it kind of like goes down, and then you kind of like set into reality. And the only way to actually overcome those is you actually have to figure out that person's love language. So just,
Yo.
I suggest you learn her love language. You learn his love language,
May I?
and you,
May I?
you know, and because I want to see y'all make it, man. Because a lot of people, they don't. You know what I mean? I've seen like some real beautiful couples. I'm like, oh, they look nice together. The next thing you know, it's a wrap.
I can tell you something about that book, actually.
Go ahead.
The reason why I bought the book, I was in this other relationship, which Justin makes fun of a lot.
I'm just talking about
And no matter what this poor man did, I could not stand him. But we worked together, and I was on a contract, and so I stuck it out, like, because I was like, it's gonna be awkward, and he was head over heels in love with me, and I was just like, I don't want to break his heart, so I just suffered for 9 months and stayed with this man.
Wow.
And I bought the book. So I was like, let me give him the book. Maybe he can learn how to love me, and then I can like him more if he learns how to love me.
Absolutely.
And we did the love language quiz.
Yep.
And I learned what my love language was. And because I was with him, my love language is different than with Justin. So my love language was absolutely not physical touch. Do not touch me, just because because I didn't like his energy. I didn't like anything about him, and I was making it go. So when I'm with Justin, I'm touching him, and if I feel anxiety or if I feel sad for anything, I just need his finger to touch me, and I calm down. Like, and I've never ever been a touchy feely person, anything like that. So, but the book is amazing.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
I want to.
Absolutely. You got
Yeah.
It's an
absolutely.
easy, quick read.
Pastor Roy, you ever heard? I mean, I know you did, but Renee, make sure we get that book. All right. So we have Mr. Barry out of Baltimore, Maryland. Oh man, that's an interesting question, Barry. What's one thing about love that scares you? What's one thing about love that scares you? Justin, what's one thing about love that scares you, brother?
Good question. One thing about love that scares me. That it's a fairy tale. That is not as it appears on the outside. Inside, you know?
I said that's deep. That's deep. I like that. You know. What about you, Sam?
Love is blind, like the song says. That so you think it's something else. I've been there before. You think it's something else, and you're blind. You missing all them red flags. Talking about giving them benefit of the doubt. It's all red flags. Them doubts. So I'm afraid that you're overlooking them when you're in love.
That's a good question. That's a good.
I got any red flags, baby?
Nah, I can't see them yet. I don't know if I'm blind.
Y'all hear that, right?
Hey, you're doing good.
All right, so far, so
you're doing good. So far, so good. We have Vanessa. Out of Coney Island, New York, and she says, "Do you believe love at first sight? Do you believe love at first sight?" I think I do. I kind of believe love at first sight. What do y'all think?
Love at first sight. It's never happened to me before, per se.
What? No, just
So I'm gonna say, I don't believe in love at first sight. But
I do. I
Yeah.
definitely do.
Do you fall in like and then you gradually
believe
love?
like at first sight.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's lust at first.
Okay.
Lust, I don't know.
Okay, that too as well. Lust and like.
Or the energy, I can't remember nothing from 2009, but I remember seeing him. I remember that one time,
we had that little conversation,
and it's like the energy
Yeah.
from then. I won't say I fell in love with him because I didn't really talk to him after that, but
we found each other on social media though, and since then.
That's the power of social media.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's the power. So you guys met in 2009, and
Yep.
and your love kind of rekindled
Yeah.
through So that's man. You see, this is what it is. It's meant to be. All right.
Mhm.
Call me new Chuck Woolery. Okay, I'm making love connection out here. Pastor Wall, that's right. Okay, Mr. Chuck Woolery. Okay.
You're gonna develop a spin-off broadcast. What's on the menu and the love man.
The love man. Let's call me the love man. That's right,
Right.
the love man.
Nothing wrong with that.
So let's get back to some of our questions. Okay, let's get back to some of our questions now. I was not a big romancer. You know, I think as I get older, I feel like I have to do certain things. I got to come out of like my character a little bit and do certain things for my lady. And I want to know. I'm gonna start with you, Justin. What is the most romantic thing you have ever done for your lover?
So we were just talking about this before we came in. So one night we had a little back and forth, a little tussle back and forth. I wouldn't call it an argument, but it kind of was, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So our energy was off, let's say that. So, and I had to go, I work overnight, so I left out, gave it a quick kiss, whatever, left the house, thinking about it, crazy. We exchanged words. Nothing too bad, but we exchanged words. Bring the story short, I ended up leaving work and coming home early, surprising her, hugging her up, you know, and she was, it caught her so off guard. She was like, damn, nobody.
3 in the morning.
Right. Came home like 3-4 o'clock in the morning and just hugged. She was still sleeping. I didn't scare her. She woke up like, hey, what are you doing here? So I would say that thus far.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I think
Okay.
the same.
So that goes for the both of you guys. That's the most
But
romantic.
that he's done for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what about you? What's the?
I haven't really had the opportunity to do nothing crazy like I really want to because he's so low key. But for his birthday, like we went somewhere. I like set up the whole weekend to like a resort in New Hampshire, and we did a couple things. We did skydiving and some surf thing, indoor surfing thing, not surfing, but like some fish thing. I don't know.
Some fish thing.
I don't know what it's called, but it was fun. He's done a lot of stuff. He's more of a romantic than I am.
Yeah.
But it also, I'm so appreciative of the little things that he does. It seems romantic to me, but it might not. Like that, him coming home in the middle of the night. That was the most sweetest thing anybody's ever done. Like usually when you're mad, like let me let her let her give her some time. But I was so sad and upset, and he surprised me, so that was nice.
Wow.
So
So, Pastor Wall, what is the most romantic thing you have ever done for the missus? I know Miss Karen is listening, so tune in.
Wow.
Wow. I'm throwing you back right now. That's right.
You caught me completely off guard. After having multiple heart attacks and almost leaving this world a number of times, listening to her and checking myself so that I could be around to be with her for an extended period of time. That's one of the things. I mean, I was living a little reckless as it relates to my health. But meeting her and having her say, you need to see a doctor, and then having it happen so soon after I met the doctor, being able to maintain myself and doing what she's recommending so that I can be here is one of the many things that I've tried to do.
Wow. See, that's the power of a great woman, fellas. You see, you get that great woman beside you. She's going to have you going to the doctors, making sure you get your physicals, making sure you brush your teeth, making sure you take your showers regularly, okay? Doing all the good things that will have you here living a long life, all right? So make sure you get you a good woman.
Mental too, though. I got one. I was gonna actually say that. Like recently, I was diagnosed with lupus, and
so what's lupus for people who don't understand?
Lupus is an autoimmune disease. Basically, your blood cells attack your healthy tissues all over your body. Everybody's different. Mine is mostly my bones and my skin. And recently, they said something about some organs, but I literally was just diagnosed in June.
Yeah.
While I was with Justin, and he had me go to the hospital for my foot hurting. And they took blood and they're like, you got lupus.
Right, come back to see us.
So I've been there like every other week since then, or even every week. And there's been days where I can't get out of bed, and Justin's in bed with me, and he's rubbing my back, and he's giving me meds and feeding me and taking care of my kids.
Positive affirmations, you know.
Yeah, Justin, that's a good brother right here. Who says there's no good brothers out here?
Right, we
got some good brothers. My man Justin is living proof of that. That's right. I like that,
Yes.
Justin.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a beautiful thing, sir. Okay, that is awesome. So, what trait your lover has? What trait that your lover has or your significant other has that you adore, that you like? You know, yeah, what trait? What trait does she have, and what trait does he have that you like, yo?
I've never been with such a creative person. She's super creative in several categories.
Absolutely.
Her artwork, when it comes to her artwork, getting something done, putting something together. Like, I've never been with actually a woman so handy. Like, it's just creative the way her mind works. It's like very electric, is always moving, and she's. So I would say my answer is her creativity. That's my favorite trait about her.
Absolutely. She actually did a painting for me. Okay. I got another painting on the way as well too. So speaking of that, you know, go ahead. Yes.
That was a good
Okay.
For Justin, I would say he's super sweet. And I can bring him anywhere and not be embarrassed.
That's right.
And I'm proud
Yep.
to say that he's mine.
Yeah.
But he's super sweet to everybody, and especially me. He's changing me, like how I am with my kids.
Yep.
He's making me more patient. He's making me second think whoopings, you know.
Second think whoopings.
So that's my favorite trait about him.
That's awesome. You know what, man? Like, I like y'all as a couple, you know, because I'm just seeing like the energy and the vibes that y'all got. It's like it's pretty amazing. All right, here we go. We got a couple of more questions from across the country. We have Miss Tara from Chicago, Illinois. Okay, when it comes to, oh man, Tara, you got to go there. When it comes to cheating, okay, do you forgive and forget? Forgive, but don't forget, or don't forgive at all? That's an interesting question. What do you guys think?
You go first.
It's kind of hard for me to really answer the question unless I'm in the situation, but I'm not going to or don't want to be in the situation. So it's real difficult for me to answer the question, but I'm going to give it a go. I don't think. Damn, see? I don't think I can forgive that because there's no reason to do it. I don't think I can forgive it. But on the other way around, if I were to do it, I would want her to forgive me. So I'm like, this is a toss up.
But I feel like I probably wouldn't. If I forgave, it would take so long.
It would be different, right?
And it would take a lot of effort on his part, a lot of work to get me to forgive. But I definitely wouldn't forget.
Definitely won't forget me either.
And then I think I'd be so hurt because of the if you think everything is right, why are you going somewhere else? So I feel like it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yo, and I honestly, man, like, this question just brought me back because, you know, I'm not the perfect man.
Right.
Okay, I agree. I got my faults. You know what I mean? I'm not the perfect man, and I just remember when, like, you know, as men, we do our stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know, there's this little thing that's inside of our minds that's like, you know, we might be doing something, but then like our conscience like messes with us. You know what I mean? And sometimes once you get caught, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise because you get to actually just come clean. Like, baby, this is what I did. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, please forgive me. Don't leave me. Okay, and I just remember that whole process, and not really wanting to hurt somebody like that again.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, you know, that's why, like, I kind of like, you know, I tell all my friends, all my boys, you know what I mean? Like, yo, if you got a good one, you know, like, rock out. You know what I'm saying? Like, really focus in, like, rock out. I want, you know, my pain to be people's, like, GPS system. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to really learn. Because I lost a dope one. You know what I'm saying? I lost a real good one, you know, and I was just like, man, like, I don't want to ever go through that again. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ever put nobody through that again. And it was just like, it's a process. I guess it's growing pains. You know what I'm saying? It's growing pains. So I would say don't cheat at all, okay?
Yeah, no,
don't cheat at all.
I mean, we're not perfect, like you said.
Yeah.
Men, neither women are perfect, but it's the effort that counts.
It's hard. It's hard for us. Women don't understand how hard it is for guys.
Both ways.
You know what I mean? Like Justin.
Also us.
Like for you, like you a good looking brother. You know what I mean? You got your stuff together. You got all your teeth. Okay. You look like you use, you know, like you use lotion on your skin. Okay.
Coconut oil.
Right. You know, you like shea butter. So like you must get a lot of women trying to get at you. You know, but yet you
Nah.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, but like it's kind of like how do you balance that? How do you like be like, nah, I'm straight, I'm good, baby, I'm okay. You know, like I think must kind of take some type of maturity.
There we go, and experience. Like you said, going back to you, I'm not perfect. I've cheated before in relationships and watched it turn sour and spoil and felt guilty and bad for what happened after that, and blaming myself for her reaction, how she reacts. So really, if a situation were to come up now, it would just be from experience, knowing what I felt before and not wanting to repeat that again, as you said.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a national spotlight coming up in about a couple of minutes. But before we do, we have a couple of questions we're gonna ask Justin and Sammy. All right.
Yeah.
What song comes to your mind and your heart that reminds you of your lover?
So when we were first talking, like when we first started, like kind of getting serious, I guess he sent me a song, and I played it on repeat for like 24 hours, and I never heard the song before, and that's our song now.
Yeah, the craziest part, going to which I didn't mean to cut you off. Did I cut you off?
No,
I'm
sorry.
done. The song, I had heard it for the first time as well. So it was my first time hearing it. Then I sent it to her because it reminded me of her. That feeling gave me that feeling, and I sent it to her.
It's Brent.
What song is this? I can send it to my boo.
Right. Brent Faiyaz. I don't know how you pronounce my man's name. Yeah. It's called Stay Down.
Stay Down.
Yep.
Brent Faiyaz, Stay Down.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, I'm about to send that to you in a little bit. Stop playing.
I think it's Faiyaz.
Yeah,
Brent
Faiyaz,
yeah. Yep. Stay Down.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty amazing. So, I have one more question, and we're actually going to go into the spotlight right now. What do you find yourself insecure about in a relationship? Is there something that you guys like find insecure about yourself that goes into the relationship?
I'll start. I know that I've been played a lot. So Justin is fine as hell. So.
Thank you, baby.
He is a good looking brother. I gotta give that to my man, Just.
So sometimes I let my insecurities, like from my past relationships and things I've already been through, interfere with what we got going on. Just off the strength of how attracted I am to him. So I feel like everybody else is.
Absolutely.
So I gotta protect what's mine.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we actually gonna go into our national spotlight. I was able to interview Mr. Paul Goodnight, world-renowned artist. If you don't know who he is, get your Google phones out. Mr. Paul Goodnight. Listen to this interview, folks. Now, this is the section of our show called the National Spotlight. It's when we put the spotlight on brands, businesses, entrepreneurs, musicians, artists, you name it, we want you on the spotlight. But the criteria is you have to be the best of the best. This week on the spotlight, we have world-renowned artist Mr. Paul Goodnight. Mr. Goodnight, how you doing today, sir?
Very good, very good. Thank you very much for having me.
No, absolutely. Thank you for getting us on. Thank you for your time. So, Mr. Goodnight, being an artist is a tough profession. In your career, did you have doubts about pursuing being an artist for a career?
No, I think the art chose me. I didn't choose it.
Wow, the art chose you. You did not choose it.
No. So, the only thing that I doubted is that, well, could I make it as an artist? But, I mean, your calling is your calling.
Absolutely. I like that. I was doing a little bit of research on you, Mr. Goodnight, and you made a quote, and it says, "Art is making me rather than me creating it." Can you give us a little detail on what you meant by that quote? I just found it fascinating.
The reality is that anything. I mean, my reality is that I found that I was lost for a long time. Being very transparent here, and being lost because you don't know exactly what you're supposed to do. And I had a drug problem, and I had just came back from Vietnam and had no direction. So consequently, I saw this mural on the side of the YMCA, and I said, that's what I wanted to do, and I have to clean my act up if I really want to be that.
Wow.
And so I channeled that energy into creativity. And that's where I mean that art has truly made me. It has sent me around the world. It has exposed me to a whole lot of different people. It has allowed me to become a lot more extroverted than introverted. It has allowed me to teach. It's just a vacuum for who I'm supposed to, what I'm supposed to do.
Wow.
And I think that is probably what I'm going to die trying to do. As I used to say, I said, I want to solve more problems than I've created in my life.
Absolutely. Wow. As you're speaking, I'm thinking my own walk of life and how I'm finding my own way, through this radio, through this art, and man, that just spoke to me right there, Mr. Goodnight. So that's actually leading up to my next question, right? Boston is not really known for arts. Why haven't you moved to a larger market like New York or LA?
You don't. I think if you're going to make it, you're going to make it. It's not. I wasn't trying to be a great artist, in terms of popularity. I was trying to be a person that was trying to find its way. So going to New York or those places, that was my goal. Success was being an artist, not just being able to sell your art and that kind of stuff. Success was being who you are. What is those Steve Harvey said? I can't remember exactly what he said. He says, your career is what your I forgot to say. But
your gift is what's given to you, and then your passion is what you're
called for.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
So I never tried to explore the big cities because I was really comfortable right here. My work is all in New York. My work is all throughout the country. It's throughout the world. That's something that I'd never expected, but it happened. So I didn't feel as though I had to move to get recognized. I just wanted to be who I was. I wanted to be better at it. And I wanted to learn from it. And then I wanted to teach because it doesn't belong to me. Then I wanted to teach it. That to me is exactly, I'm here because I'm supposed to be here.
I like that, Mr. Goodnight. I like that, man. You speaking to me right now, Mr. Goodnight. So several of your paintings, right? I told you I did a little bit of research on Mr. Goodnight. I had to catch up. Several of your paintings were on set of like popular television shows.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what are some of those shows?
Good Lord, I can't. I'm with the Hollywood Cinema Arts program.
Yep.
And every once in a while, I get a call that said they're going to put my work on a TV show or they're going to put my work in the movies and that kind of stuff. That's helped me a lot because it gives me some visibility, but not really a lot of visibility because nobody goes to the movies or watch TV to see what's on the walls. But, we did Prince at one point, and I think we was they used one of my prints on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And, of course, by selling the prints, once it was on that show, it gathered piles of money. I mean, we couldn't stop selling that thing.
Mm.
And I never really thought that people would see, look at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and see what was on the wall, but they did. The Cosby Show, the same thing, Seinfeld. I can't remember all of the shows, but it was during a time when they didn't have a lot of black artwork to choose from, but they did have a lot of these black sitcoms that were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So Jonathan Green was the fellow who ran Hollywood Cinema Arts,
Yeah.
and he called and said, "Listen, we need some black art because we got a lot of these black sitcoms coming out." I just happened to be standing in the way.
Wow. See, that's the thing, Mr. Goodnight. When God give you a vision, and He gave you that vision at a time when you was finding your way, He creates the opportunities, man. Mr. Goodnight, I sincerely want to say thank you so much for your time. Man, you gave us an exclusive interview right now. I'm so hyped and so excited right now. That's right, folks. You heard it here. Mr. Paul Goodnight himself. Mr. Goodnight, thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, what's on the menu is taking it on a whole nother level with the national spotlight. Keep knocking, keep rocking, folks. That's right, folks. You heard it here, Mr. Paul Goodnight. We sincerely want to thank you, sir, for your time and your interview. Before we get going, okay, I want to, I lost a friend of mine, a cousin of mine recently, and I just want to give you a shout out, bro. You know what I mean? I know you transitioned, and my prayers is with the family, and with people that loved you, man. Like you was my cousin Casper, man. Love you, bro. You know what I mean? I know you up there watching over us, and I just wanted to shout you out. As we wrap up here in this show, I really wanted to just kind of like grasp everything in this whole prospect of love, and you guys right now, just speaking to y'all, I can see that you guys are like really love each other, just genuinely just rock out with one another, and we want to keep that going. You know what I mean? We want more people to be in love, right? We want like what are you guys have some events that you guys do around the city, like let us know. Yes.
So we have a business called Modern Party Art. We started it together as a paint and sip company.
What is it? Paint and sip?
Paint and sip. So we started as doing private parties in people's homes. We bring the alcohol and the painting supplies and the music and the entertainment. And
y'all bring the vibes.
We bring everything.
You just come through, join us. That's it.
Yeah, and I paint. Justin entertains, and then we started doing it at restaurants. So now we have a bunch of events in different restaurants all this month and next month. So
when's y'all next event?
We have one this Tuesday, August 20th at Top Mix in Roxbury, right under the bridge on Norfolk Ave. And at 6 p.m. And we'll be painting a martini glass. And we get everybody at every single one of our events gets a free drink.
Free drink upon entry.
$30 you can pay at the door.
Okay.
We have a capacity of 30 people, so you can buy the tickets online. Our website is modernpartyart.com.
Modernpartyart.com. Do you guys have like Instagram or Facebook?
IG, Modern Party Art. Facebook, Modern Party Art.
Modern Party Art.
And then y'all next event is on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
At 6?
At 6 p.m. Come through after work. Come wind down. Join us. Have a good time.
All right.
Exchange some smiles, some love.
Absolutely. And maybe you can meet somebody. You can meet somebody and you can fall in love. And while
be on here talking about it.
That's right. While sipping and painting, baby. That's right. So before we wrap up, okay, is there anything that you guys would like to leave our listeners with? Just anything that comes to your mind.
Love is for everybody, and it's out there. And don't settle, because that guy is out there waiting for you just like you waiting for him.
That's right.
That girl is out there as well, but it works both ways. Don't ever think it's over because you've been scarred or burned in a relationship. Always be open. keep your heart open, keep your mind open to gain new perspective. Your peace of mind is probably the most important thing you have, so hold on to it, protect it, honor it.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. So we're getting ready to wrap up. Thank you so much for rocking with us. All right, don't forget, tune in to BostonPraiseRadio.tv. Call us at 617-282-0685. All right, or tune in to WBPG LP 102.9 FM. Before I leave, I want to leave you with a quote. Okay, if you find someone you love in your life, then hang on to that love. And that is from Miss Princess Diana. I'm your main man, Jay Levesque. Keep knocking, keep rocking. Ladies and gents, I'll holler. Tune in next time.
Peace.
See ya.